Hi, happy Friday. I cannot believe it's 1 week, 10 days till Christmas, 6 days till Yule. I can't get over it. Didn't it feel like during the pandemic, time stood still? I felt like every week was a month. Now it's like everything is moving so fast. So, anyway, glad you made it through the week. Um, this week, I wrote a little bit about prayer, meditation, intention, and ritual. And that link is going to be down in the description if you want to read the whole article. But I was thinking that at this time of year, the holidays, New Year, etc., it tends to get us all reflecting on our spiritual life, whether it's a traditional path or something more esoteric. We start to look within and without to determine where in our life we need more prayer, meditation, intention, and ritual. Now, I use the word prayer very loosely. I don't really consider what I do prayer. I consider it more communing with the universe. I grew up Catholic, so that the word prayer kind of has a not great meaning for me. But you call it what you will. Whatever it is that you do it. So I started to think about, what I do and how I commune with the universe. And I'm a big fan of rituals. I love a good candle lighting or a paper burning ceremony. I really enjoy that. So for 2024, I'm really going to try to commit to at least twice a month, at least new moon and full moon rituals. I'm going to try to work more in than that, but that's my plan. I'd love to know what you're planning on doing or if you have any plans regarding that. So, yeah, reach out if you feel like it. And then with the astrology, I feel like the next week or so we get into some murky kind of stuff. Like, okay, so December 16th, the sun is in Sagittarius, square Neptune in Pisces. And that can be a little paranoid. It could be a little, is this real or am I making this up? I can make things up in my head very quickly. But, don't make a decision on it until you have all of the information that you need in order to make that decision. Because maybe there's, what did they say? Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're out to get me. I wouldn't go that far. But, just take a beat and make sure that you understand the full story before you start taking action. And then on the 18th, we have Mercury in Capricorn trying Jupiter in Taurus, which is a great day for us to get up to speed on the tasks that we've been avoiding or putting aside. And if you can do that, 2024 is going to be much easier to start with, clear blank slate. On December 20th, Vesta retrograde enters Gemini. And this is kind of tough. It's a hard time focusing. And I think that this time of year with, all of the holidays, because I don't know how many holidays there are in December, but it's a whole lot, dependent on what you celebrate. So I think that this is a tough time of year anyway, because we're a little scattered. We're trying to buy presents. We're trying to plan the meal. We're trying to make sure that we're getting where we're going, which is another thing. I want to remind you that Mercury is in retrograde. So make sure you check and double check and triple check all of your plans. Make sure everyone in your party is checking their plans. And then on the 20th, Vesta also retrogrades into Gemini. Again, with the energies, and we're anxious and we're having a hard time focusing. And, some of it is that self-discipline will be difficult. Again, that's the holidays, right? Don't eat that piece of chocolate. Don't have that extra drink. But you're going to. So just be prepared to pay the piper, right? So, also on December 20th, Venus in Scorpio opposition Uranus in Taurus, which is a great day to save money, but it's not great for our relationships, as again, this aspect can create paranoia. So, again, pay attention, make sure you have the whole story. December 21st, Mercury in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. This is a great time for getting organized, setting up everything before the holidays so that the week between Christmas and New Year, if that's what you celebrate, or any of the time before the new year, um, set yourself up to start the new year in a good place. So that's what I have to say about the astrology. And I don't see that anybody's here yet, but I started this live on Fridays YouTube thing, and it didn't occur to me that Fridays in December might not be the best time for people to show up to the lives. So I'm just going to pull a couple of cards and see where that takes us. And if you're here, please go ahead and send me a message in the chat in the chat. I'd love to talk to you. So anyway, we're going to pull a card or two. Let's say, how about, what does this weekend hold for the collective? Not just me, but the collective. So this weekend, okay, we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant speaks to me of tradition and kind of, it can be really like the old church kind of things, or the old traditional Christmas or traditional holiday. But with the two knights, which I love knights, I think they're great. But we've got the Knight of Wands that is kind of like, let's take it kind of easy, and let's just make sure we know where we're going before we start heading there. And then the Knight of Swords, which is like, all the energy. Like, this is what we're doing. Let's start this right now. So I'm guessing with the two knights, we can probably really having a hard time getting these clear when there's more than one. So with the two knights, I think, look at the energy and decide, or maybe not decide, maybe, take a little bit of the careful Knight of Wands and the impetuous Knight of Swords and try to find a happy medium. And then again, with the tradition, with whatever it is that you're celebrating. I would say that is tradition. That's usually what it means to me. With the knights, I think that makes sense as well. So that's my idea about the weekend. Let's see. How about we talk about a card? Oop. How about two cards? Okay, we've got the Six of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So for me, the Six of Swords is usually the worst is over. We're moving away from whatever trouble it was, whatever storm was brewing, we've gotten out from underneath it, and we're moving ahead. And the Queen of Pentacles is a grounded authority, a thought leader, but really grounded, really in the moment, really making sense of the situation. So that to me would say, like, we're moving on from something that wasn't so pleasant, and we've got a real idea about how to stay grounded through all of it. And let's pull another card, see what it says. And death. So something needs to be changed, or we're anticipating a big change. How this goes, I would say, there's a big change because we're leaving whatever it was behind. And we're in a place now where we're more able to be grounded and know what our options are. So that's what I think about that. I also want to take a moment to talk about StarCon. And if you're not familiar with StarCon, I do hope you'll check it out. It's starcon.com, and it's STAARCON.com. And it's a gathering in January in South Florida, West Palm. And it's going to be in person and virtual. There's going to be a lot of speakers, a lot of stuff going on. There's a Bardic Circle on Saturday night, and I will be facilitating that Bardic Circle. And what we're doing is, if you've got a skit or an original song, or you want to act something out, or whatever it is that you want to do, we're going to have space for people to express themselves and really have a good time. I was looking at the agenda today. What's up already? I can't decide what I'm going to. I can't. I'm so glad they're going to have a year-long afterglow, and you're going to be able to watch the things that you missed. And there's so much good stuff that I'm really glad that they have that, because I kind of know what I really want to see and what I really want to be involved in. But you never know. There's a lot of great stuff. So anyway, StarCon, STAARCON.com. And check it out. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me or the event planners. They're great. So I don't think we're going to see anybody tonight, which is okay. If you're watching this in the replay, if you see something that resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. It's all fine. Okay, so what else can we ask about? How about, will our holiday celebration, what do we need to know about our holiday celebration? Right? Sometimes that can be fraught with all kinds of landmines, but hopefully yours is going to be calm. Let's see. The Six of Wands. So you going home triumphant? Are you being celebrated in some way at the gathering, at your holiday gathering? The Nine of Wands, which to me is kind of the wounded soldier. So he's still at his post, but somebody whacked him in the head pretty hard, which can be a real theme when you go home for the holidays. And then the Five of Cups, which to me is, I kind of call this the don't cry over spilled milk card, because the Three Cups here are obviously spilled. They're obviously all over the ground. He doesn't look very happy. He looks defeated. He looks like he's grieving. But right behind him, there's two upright cups. So I would say, don't overlook what's right behind you. So, not that you shouldn't grieve over what is lost, but there's still something left behind. So, does that resonate for you? All right. Let's talk about another card. Oh. Okay, the Devil, which right now this feels like something that you need to give up, but you're not quite ready to give it up. And it's kind of holding you back. I don't know. I can't seem to get this in focus. So there we go. So what's holding you back? What's got you in chains? What do you need to face? What do you need to let go of that you haven't yet? These chains are not very tight. They look like they could get out of them if they wanted to, right? So I would say that's what that card says to me right now. Now, Sometimes the same card can mean something completely different in a different reading or in a different context. What the surrounding cards are, it really can be anything. And maybe this card for you right now doesn't resonate the way it's resonating with me, and that's okay. That's perfectly all right. So, hmm, have to forgive my office behind me. We're in the process of redoing it. This used to be my office, exercise room, sewing room, but we've kind of restructured the house. So I kind of, we'll figure it out. I'm not that worried. We always figure it out, right? So we went shopping tonight for present bags and tissue paper and wrapping paper. And there was the cutest little pit bull puppy. I'm not a big fan of people bringing dogs into stores if it's not a service dog. But I also, if the dog is really cute, I kind of let that slide. It was a tiny little pit bull puppy and it was so cute. Anyway, so we were out doing the last minute scrambles, and it appeared that everyone was doing that because it was very crowded. But people were very friendly. They were very polite. Everybody was Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And so that made me happy. And then we went to the supermarket. And again, everybody was really nice. It was a little frantic, but we got everything we needed. And now I think we're done. We're waiting for one more package to come in for one of the grandchildren. And other than that, we are done. Okay, so how about, am I really done with the holiday shopping, or is there something else that's going to come up? So we got the tower. So, So if something doesn't have a strong foundation, it's not going to last. So what do you think that means with my shopping done? That's kind of weird. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which has been coming up a lot for me. And I think, so I've been doing a lot of interesting work on pivoting my business and broadening my services, and this kind of has felt that way to me, that this is, that I'm working on the business, that I'm harvesting what I sowed. And but how does that apply to the Christmas shopping? And then the Eight of Swords. So what I'm going to say is that we need to make sure we're on a sturdy foundation, that, and maybe just decide that we're done, because I could totally do that. It's harvesting what we sowed, or working on our garden or our present collection. And then, just if I think I'm done, I'm done, right? So I'm okay with that. Okay. I don't know whether I should continue this on Fridays in December. I think I'm going to. I think if nobody shows up, I at least get the experience. And maybe somebody will find something in the replay that resonates, that means something to them. Right? Okay, so what else? How about we talk about the Ten of Wands? I got another deck this week, and the Ten of Wands in that deck is really interesting. But what this says to me is, what are you holding on to? What do you need to put down? Somebody pointed out to me that even the way they're holding the wands is not possible. It's not, oh, there we go. It's not that would never work. You couldn't carry them that way. So, what do you need to let go of? What do you need to hang on to? Is this really your burden? Is this something you need to keep carrying? Or can you put at least some of them down? And I would say you're going to have to, right? Oh, so, and then again with the Six of Wands, which is, riding into victory, being celebrated, what you got going on kind of thing. So, what else? I probably should have brought an oracle deck over to mess with while I was playing around here, but I didn't. Next week, I'll try to remember. And, should I continue to do this on Friday nights during the holiday season, right? So I guess it's up to me, right? There's a season for everything. Is this really the season for this? And maybe it's not the season for having a room full of people, but maybe it's the season for me to get comfortable with this. If I told you how uncomfortable I was a month and a half ago, you wouldn't believe it. But maybe this is my season to get more comfortable with this so that when it is bigger, when we do have more people coming, I'm ready for it, right? The Queen of Cups, being the authority of emotion, just calm emotion. What do you think the stones are at her feet? I don't know. What do you think? I feel like I'm kind of talking to myself here. So anyway, we're just going to do this until 7:30 and then we'll call it a night. And I have a half price coupon for a tarot reading. It's not really a coupon. You just use live. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I've got 50% off a tarot reading, but that's only good for the next 2 days. That expires on December 17th. In the description, there is a bunch of links for my social media, my website. I'd love for you to follow me or check me out. I'm Christine Leiser, Leiser, on most social media platforms. On YouTube, I'm at Christine Creativity. So I'd love for you to give it a like, give it a subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I go live. And I'd appreciate that. So, I keep dropping this card. So I don't know who needs to see the sun or know about the sun or have this in their reading, but this is such a good card. This is just, how much goodness can there be? There's a beautiful horse and a beautiful baby and the sun shining and the sunflowers and is it sunflowers on the baby's head? I don't know. It's just a beautiful card of being seen, being noticed, shining. Like, how do you shine? And I think that this is a good card for anyone to explore, to just look at deeply. Assuming I can make it. There we go. So I love the sunflowers and the big sun. I just love this card. It's just so nice. And, where do you shine? How can you shine brighter? Right? So that's all of us want to shine brighter, right? I think so. So what can you do to shine brighter? And Let's see. It looks like somebody's here, but I don't have any messages from them. If you don't want a message, that's okay. You can hang out. We're good. But if you do want a card, let me know in the chat. Okay, so got the Five of Cups again, and the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so the Five of Cups we spoke about earlier. And in this iteration, I would say that, that don't forget what you still have left. You can mourn what has been lost, but don't forget that there's still something left. That, don't only face this way. Look behind you and see what's there. See what you've got, right? And then the Moon. I love this card. I'm a big fan of the Moon. And this card, says, be careful. There's a lot of murkiness out there, but there's also a big, shiny moon. And I love to howl at the moon. Do you love to howl at the moon? So this card, sure, it can mean be careful. There's some stuff going on beneath that you may not know about that isn't exactly in your best interest. But there's the big fat bright moon too. So, and then we've got the Queen of Swords. And she is kind of in charge of herself, her thoughts, her sharp tongue. This is my significator card, and I kind of have a sharp tongue. I can have a sharp tongue. I don't always, but hey, Crystal, how are you? We got somebody here. How are you doing tonight? You're new to my channel? Well, welcome. I hope you'll give it a subscribe and a thumbs up on the video. Do you have a question? Oh, you did subscribe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you have a question, I'd be happy to pull some cards for you. It's kind of slow tonight, so as I said earlier, I probably should have thought about doing Friday Night Lives during the holidays, right? Is what it is. So while Crystal thinks of, I want to know, will me and my ex-husband Johnny reconnect, and how does he feel about me? Can I predict what month? All right, let's give it a try. Will Crystal's ex-husband Johnny reconnect with her, or will they reconnect? Let's go with that question first. Okay, so this is kind of a complicated card. I feel like when I pull this card, I feel like somebody feels like they're getting away with something. So I don't know if that resonates for your situation, but then I get the Three of Cups, which is, kind of a celebratory card. And is it more complicated than that? Is it, because with the Three of Cups, I would say that there's a good chance that you're going to reconnect in a good way. But the Seven of Swords, I'm a little wary of. I'm a little like, who thinks they're getting away with something, or who got away with it? Then we've got the Ace of Swords, which is a new thought pattern, a new idea, a new way of thinking about things. He remarried a girl after 6 months of dating her, but I don't think he is happy. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one. So sometimes we just got to let people go do what they need to do. He probably thinks I want to talk to him. Do you want to talk to him? She's got 5 kids and he didn't want us to get a divorce. This seems like there's a lot going on here. So let's pull another couple of cards. There it is again. I promise you I shuffled. Okay, we got a different card here. So the 3 of Cups again, celebratory, Ace of Swords again, new way of thinking, new thought process. The Queen of Pentacles is a very grounding, authoritative, a woman in charge of her material life, not just money, but, where she lives, how she lives. She's very grounded. Is that you? Is he happy with her? Okay. Let's see. Is he happy with the new wife? With her 5 kids. That's you. You're the Queen of Pentacles. That's kind of where I was headed. Hi, Alex. Welcome. All right. Is he happy with her? We got the Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, and Strength. Okay, so these are all major arcana cards. And I might have a little bit of a different kind of... Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, everything has a season. Do you feel like you played out the things that you needed to play out with him and you've moved past it? Or do you feel like there may be another season coming into it? And then we have the Lovers, which is more about choice, I think, than actual lovers. My mentor said to me, look at her. She's looking at the angel. Look at him. He's looking at her. So it's not really like they can't wait to get together. It's like it's a little more complicated and there are other choices to be made. And then Strength. And I think no matter what happens, you have the strength to get through this. I feel like he's very impetuous. I don't know if he's happy with her, but he ran into this pretty quickly, right? Alex, please put a question in. I'd love to give you a reading. So it seems like he rushed into it pretty quickly, Crystal. Crystal said, right, I figured that, so he isn't so in love with her. And maybe you're right. So he did run into it quickly. Sometimes when we're hurt, sometimes when we don't know what to do, we do stupid, right? This is a card. Okay, so what I would say, Crystal, is give this a pause. Give this a beat. Just don't maybe do anything quite yet. Rest for a while. Rest in this. And I feel like this is talking to the same thing that the Wheel of Fortune was talking to, is that there's a season for everything. And maybe even if there is another season between you and he, that you need to give him some space. Or maybe you need some space, but somebody needs some space. Does that make sense? Okay, Alex, what is ours, feeling, and intentions for me? Crystal says, right. Okay. Yeah, it feels like, let's wait a minute. Okay, so ours, feelings, and intentions for me, for Alex. What are ours, feelings, and intentions? Okay, so I've got the Four of Cups, which can talk to don't miss what's right in front of you. It also can be a little sulky, you know, bad attitude kind of thing. And then we have Justice, which is a balance. This is interesting because we've got the Two of Cups, which is a card of communion of people getting together. So this bodes pretty well. We've got the Knight of Swords, which is kind of rushing into things. But we've got the Star, which is, scattering the starlight everywhere, right? And then the Eight of Wands, which is messages and swift movement. I think that whatever are his feelings and intentions for you, you're going to find out pretty quickly. But let's pull a card for that. Okay, Page of Cups. Is R a little immature? Because that's what that would speak to me, is that maybe there's some growing that needs to be done. Yes, he is. Alex says, yes, he's immature. Okay. So we've got the Nine of Cups, which speaks to you can have whatever you want. You could make it happen if that's what you wanted. And you could be victorious. You could truly get whatever it is that you're looking for to happen. The question is it going to last long term, right? So we've got the Four of Wands, which I think he's got good intentions toward you. I think he might need to grow up a little bit. What do you think? And then Crystal said, since he rushed, do you think it'll last? I kind of feel like all the cards we pulled before, he kind of makes rash decisions, right? Okay. So this third time the Hierophant has come up tonight. So this is like tradition. Maybe the yeah, you had a lot of major arcana, Crystal. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles, which is kind of asking for help, needing to ask for help. And Judgment. What's the announcement? Who's making that announcement? Is it you? Is it him? I think I think you have to decide what you want to hold on to and what you know you should put down. And then you make that decision. Right? And Alex wants to know, will he contact me? I'm going to say yes. Maybe at a celebration. Do you have plans where you're going to see him at a party or a? Do I think it'll last between them, Crystal? I don't know. I feel like if he wants to work at it, it could. If he doesn't, that's I don't know. Alex, will he contact you? Again, I think it's so funny because I get people in here that there's similar situations, and I feel like both of you, it's the ball's in your court. What you have the strength and the wherewithal to make whatever happens, whatever you want to happen. The question is it the best thing for you? Is that the best thing for you? So, will it last between them? I think it can if he wants it to, if they work at it. I think it can. But that's a big if, right? Because he doesn't sound like he really wanted to work on anything else. So, Alex, what do you feel about the contacting? Do you feel like I feel like they will, I don't know the gender. Oh yes, you said he. Um, I think again that you have to decide. Oh, this King of Pentacles keeps coming up. So, okay, make a decision based on facts. Make a decision based on what you know to be true, not what you wish was true. And that's a big thing. And I know that's a big thing in my life is what is true, not what I want to be true. Alex said he spoke to a friend and said things won't be the same again, and I don't know what he means. Well, if he's speaking in riddles to a friend, does he know that the friend was going to talk to you, that was going to tell you? And not being the same again, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Ace of Pentacles is a new way of looking at the truth, being grounded, the truth. You don't think he knew the friend would tell me? I would say give this a minute, and if it doesn't seem like things are going the way you thought they would, or you feel like there's some unfinished business, go ahead and reach out if he doesn't reach out first. But just know that even if you force something to happen, that doesn't mean it's the right thing for you. And I've got a lot of experience in forcing things to happen that were completely wrong for me. And untangling that is tough. So just really be introspective and say, is this the right thing? Or should it be the right thing? And that's really the feeling I'm getting with both of you, with Crystal and Alex, is that you can make it happen, but do you want to make it happen? Crystal, he rushed into another marriage. Why did he do that? Why did he feel that was the right thing to do? And did it make him feel victorious? Did it give him a win that he really needed? Is the friend okay? Alex says, is the friend lying because he seems jealous? So Crystal, I thought, did he rush into this because he felt like he needed a win? He needed victory. Was he feeling very defeated? And Alex, is the friend lying because he seems jealous? Does the friend want to be with you? So this is deep wisdom, deep knowing. I don't think he's lying. I think he's speaking his truth, may not be ours truth, but it's his truth. Is he jealous? Let's go with that. Is the friend jealous? I don't think so. This is somebody who uses all the tools at their disposal to make the their own life. They can do whatever they want, that they can create the magic that they need. So I don't think he's lying. I don't know that he's not jealous, but the magician doesn't seem to me a jealous card. So, is the friend someone you'd be interested in? No, not at all. Okay. Then yeah, I don't think he's jealous. I don't think he's lying. My my thought was, if there was an attraction between you and he, that might be a different energy that's playing into it. But if that's not the case, then no, I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's jealous. I think, he's telling you what he believes to be the truth. So that's where I would come from. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up here. Again, read the description if you want to read the article that I wrote. If you want to connect, I would love to connect with you. And I hope to see you again next Friday night. We're here every Friday at 7 p.m. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. And I hope everything works out exactly the way you want it to, exactly how you need it to. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.